From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Looks like we are going to be looking at a much less active day here when we're talking about showers and thunderstorms. And I say that mainly for our neighbors to the east. Trinity County, I think we'll see some activity here, possibly not as much though as we saw yesterday, but Del Norte, Humboldt County is most likely still looking at those dry conditions. Leftover mountain showers though for, again, areas mainly off to our east, maybe even a few thunderstorms, but overall, we are seeing much less thunderstorm activity here for all of Northern California. This is great news. It seems like the last week and a half or so, it seems like every afternoon and evening there's been some sort of activity, and some days much more intense than others. A lot of lightning strikes over the last week and a half. Of course, that's been creating a lot of problems with all the fires that we have out there. But the good news is we're finally getting a break from all of that. Now, it'd be nice if we just get a good soaking rain, but that's just not going to happen. Even yesterday, it was a decent amount of rain in many areas here, but certainly not enough to put out the fires. Right? We still got a long ways to go with that. But again, less thunderstorm activity. That's great news. Cooler this week as well. And we're talking, of course, mainly the inland areas that we're seeing those cooler temperatures. The smoke, of course, is the Six Rivers complex that's producing most of the smoke here. And you can see a big plume coming in through the afternoon today. That continues to push eastward and then to the south as we take you into tonight and early tomorrow morning. So most of that smoke as we go into tomorrow will be in Del Norte, Humboldt counties, not to mention Siskiyou County, really in the vicinity of where the Six Rivers lightning complex is. And of course, some of that does kind of end up pushing southward here, especially into the overnight hours. Here's what we have in store for us today. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the low 80s. I expect dry conditions most likely again here for the inland areas, and not to mention for the coast, with temperatures in the mid 60s. For Trinity County, we could see a stray thunderstorm this afternoon. Otherwise, we're just calling for partly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Pleasant temperatures, right? Now, the area of low pressure, which is right here, that's significant to talk about because yesterday it was situated off to our east. The flow around that low tapped into when it was there, the moisture coming in from Hillary, right? So it brought in that moisture right over Northern California. Now, it pretty much just stopped right around the time it hit Del Norte County and didn't get any rain there. And didn't really get much rain for the inland areas either. But we did see some decent rain over many parts of Northern California. Now, what's happening is today, this low pressure system, it moved from here, has shifted eastward and will continue to shift eastward. As it does that, as it moves out of our area, our chances for showers and thunderstorms begin to diminish. But we still have that chance today, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's take it to the afternoon today. You see the showers kind of popping up here. We could see an isolated thunderstorm or shower, but you see how it's not very widespread? But again, we could be looking at some strong thunderstorms developing again in Siskiyou County. That's not what we want to see, but I think it's just one more day we can get through it. We could be looking at some more lightning strikes. Again, I don't think it's going to be quite the intensity of some of the other days that we've seen, but the chances are going to be there nonetheless. So yes, one more day. But I think after today, we can kind of breathe in a sigh of relief that by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the rest of the week, chances for thunderstorms are going to be a lot slimmer. And we'll most likely be looking at the less and less activity here. And then by tonight, it's all pretty much done with. And then Wednesday, here we are Wednesday. Let's show you what happens Wednesday. You see, we're going to see the buildups. And those buildups are those puffy cumulus clouds that you see develop in the mountains. We're going to see that tomorrow. But most likely, we're not going to see any thunderstorms. There may be a stray shower here and there, but I don't anticipate any more thunderstorms for your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even into the upcoming weekend. Okay, there's a little kink Thursday night that we're going to have to watch here, but for now, most of that should be off to the east, mainly say around Siskiyou County eastward. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our temperature trend because, that's kind of another story that we're talking about. It's warming up a little bit by Thursday, the kind of a peak, but then we're going to level out by the end of the week, this weekend, even into next week in the mid 80s. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous when we're talking about those temperatures. Wave heights today are going to be a bit lower, but they are expected to increase as we take you into Wednesday afternoon. So be aware of that if you do need to be out on the water. Here's your marine forecast. North winds at 5 to 10 knots. Your waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 8 seconds. There's your low tide this morning. That's when it was. Of course, your high tide will be this afternoon at 6.8 feet. And of course, no alerts are in the forecast at this point. Here's what it looks like today. Again, we could see a stray shower or thunderstorm in Trinity County. Otherwise, the rest of us looking at dry conditions. Temperatures low 80s for inland, mid to upper 70s for Trinity County. Your 7-day outlook. Here's what we got going on. There's that slight chance for a stray shower or thunderstorm this afternoon for Trinity County, but Hoopa, most likely dry, just some clouds. More clouds again Wednesday, but mainly sunny skies. Now again, what you'll notice here, especially for the inland areas in the mountains, we're seeing a slight spike in our temperatures on Thursday before they level out going through the rest of the week and into early next week as well. Looking at that 7-day outlook for Eureka, really not much to report here. We're looking at your typical partly to mostly cloudy skies, mid to upper 60s for those daytime highs.